We got another tier list, baby. These are some NBA teams. At the time of making this, the Warriors and Rockets have not played Game 6 yet. I don't know if it's going to go to 7, but I don't think it's going to impact my rankings too much. So jumping right into it, we got the Boston Celtics. As you see the Celtics sign, you see the Celtics basketball. I am a Celtics fan. And I'm not trying to be too critical. I'm not trying to be too biased. I don't know if I see them as a legitimate finals contender. On paper, of course, yes, it's the same team. I think the Magic gave them some fits that I don't know if other teams will be able to, but I don't see why the Cavs won't be able to replicate what the Magic were doing on defense to limit the Celtics' three-point shots, which worries me as a Celtics fan. Peyton Pritchard's playoff performance hasn't been exactly what you want, and if you have to play the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals, assuming they get past the Knicks, I don't know if the Celtics bench can keep up, which makes me put them as a finals pretender. Do I think that they could go to the finals? Absolutely. Do I think that there's a team in the East that is better than them? Also true. So the Celtics kind of float in between this finals pretender. I wouldn't say that they're a pretender. I would say that they can contend for a finals, but I don't know if they're making it out of the Eastern Conference, if that makes any sense. So they teeter in between here. I just don't see them winning it. I'm sorry. I don't see them winning it, which puts them in pretender. I don't see a world in which they win. I don't think they beat the Cavs and a couple other teams. So we'll just go ahead and do the Cavaliers right now. I've made it very clear that they're a finals contender. Their bench is insane. Donovan Mitchell is electric. Evan Mobley has been playing out of his mind. Jarrett Allen has shown the lights are, in fact, not too big for him, and they're going to get Darius Garland back. DeAndre Hunter, crazy. Ty Jerome, crazy. Like, the Cavs just have an exceptionally great roster. Moving on to the Denver Nuggets. So they are going to be playing a Game 7 on Saturday against the Clippers. This one is going to be interesting. I think if they make it out of that of the Clippers series, I think they do have a better chance to beat the Thunder than the Clippers do. However, I don't give the Nuggets that much of a chance to advance to the NBA Finals. I don't really see them as a real contender. They're too wish-washy. They're too Jokic dependent. The role players haven't been stepping up as they usually do in the playoffs. MPJ is injured. Russell Westbrook is inconsistent at the end of games. Aaron Gordon kind of disappears sometimes. Not to his own fault. He just doesn't get the ball. And Jamal Murray, you never know. He could give you 43 or he could give you 14 in the first and then disappear for the rest of the game. So with that being said, all those inconsistencies, I think putting the Denver Nuggets with a less than 10% chance to win the finals is completely fair. Moving on to the Golden State Warriors, I'm not as high on the Warriors as everybody else is. I don't know why people think that they have a better shot than the Denver Nuggets. Maybe their path is easier. Sure, they don't have to go through the Thunder. However, I don't really see it with the Warriors. They're struggling with the Rockets, who everybody thought would be the easiest 2 seed. That's who everybody wanted. The Nuggets wish they could play the Rockets. The Clippers wish they could play the Rockets. The Timberwolves, not really, but the Lakers wish they could play. Everybody wishes they could play the Rockets. I'm giving the Warriors a 0.0001% chance. I just don't see them winning. If they make it, and they get to play Boston, they'll beat Boston. But other than that, they're not beating the Cavaliers. Moving on to the Indiana Pacers. Look, I'm high on the Pacers. I'm not going to lie. Their offense is crazy. Their defense has been much better this playoffs than it has been in the past. I know they're playing the Bucks, who don't have much outside of Giannis, but you see a lot of flashes there from Benedict Mathurin and their Aaron Naismith and their other big Jabari Walker. Like, their bigs have played fantastic, and that's going to match up well for them against the Cavs. If they come out against the Cavs, they are sneaky. I'm actually going to put them in less than 10% chance. I think it's possible, but it's just so unlikely. But their team is pretty nasty. I just don't know if they have the offense. I don't know if I trust Tyrese Halliburton really to be the best person on your team to win a finals. I'd have to see it to believe it. Moving on to the Los Angeles Clippers. Again, Game 7 is against the Nuggets on Saturday. Not sure how it's going to go. I kind of feel like the Clippers might win. But that's just me kind of hedging. But I'm a little bit scared. But I don't think I said but 15,000 times because I get a but counter. Moving on. I'm all over the place. The Clippers. I'm giving them a 0.00001% chance. I don't think there's any world in which they beat the Thunder. And then I don't think that they'd beat anybody else out of the other side of the bracket. So I give them a 0.001% chance. I just don't see the Clippers advancing that far. Moving on to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh man, the Minnesota Timberwolves, let me tell you, that Lakers series was very impressive. The Lakers were many people's finals favorites, and here they are, busting their butts. Beating they ass. Belt to ass. Anthony Edwards has taken down KD. He's taken down LeBron. He's taken down Luka. He has a chance to take down Steph Curry. He has a chance to take down the best team in the NBA in the Thunder. Anthony Edwards could be going on a legacy run right now, and I have full faith in him. They're a finals contender, and I don't think that's unfair to say. I honestly might give them a better shot than the Cavaliers to win the finals, and I'm not exaggerating. The Timberwolves are here. Their bench is amazing. Naj Reid is fantastic. They got Nickeil Alexander-Walker off the bench too. That's just not fair. And then they also can sub in Dante DiVincenzo to end games, which has been working well for them, even though Mike Conley also is still a very good guard. Jaden McDaniels is fantastic, and Rudy Gobert. He's Rudy Gobert. He might give you 20-20 sometimes. Moving on to the Houston Rockets. This is a team I'd give a 0.001% chance to. I just don't see them beating any of the remaining teams even in 5 games. I don't think that they'd beat any of those teams. I can't see them winning more than one against the Timberwolves or Thunder or Nuggets or Clippers, to be honest. Deep breath. I've been talking a lot. Moving on to the Knicks. Okay, see, the Knicks on paper are finals contenders, but what we've seen against the Pistons, and the Pistons are no slouch. I think the Pistons, they played 6 games. The Pistons should be 6-0. They should have won every single one of those games, which brings me lower on the Knicks. The Pistons just didn't have a closer. They're too young, they're inexperienced, but if the Pistons had literally anybody that's ever been in the playoffs, aside from Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway Jr., they would have won 6 of those. They would have gone 6-0 against them. I don't really believe in the Knicks to beat the Cavaliers whatsoever. I think they could maybe beat Boston in 7. I don't think they will. So with that being said, it's a 0.001% chance. And then moving on to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder. Oh, man. I am so wish-washy on them because if Ja Morant didn't go down with injury, we would be talking about a potential Game 7 for the Thunder, Game 6 for the Thunder. It would be 2-2 if Ja Morant did not get injured. I 100% believe that with every fiber in me. The Grizzlies figured something out, and I am very sure that the Nuggets or Clippers would be able to match that somehow. While I don't think the Clippers can beat the Thunder in a 7-game series, I do think the Nuggets have the potential to do so. We've seen the Nuggets win in Oklahoma City, which is something that not a lot of teams can say. I think only the Timberwolves and Lakers are the only other 2 teams to do it. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Those are just off the top of my head that I remember. The Thunder, look, I really can only have... I want to say they're finals contenders, but I don't see them winning the finals. I don't see them beating the Cavs. I wouldn't see them beating Minnesota. I'm not sure I see them beating Boston. And if they play Denver, I might take Denver in 7, to be honest. So with that being said, the Oklahoma City Thunder are finals pretenders, in my opinion. These are my final rankings here after round 1 of the NBA playoffs. Obviously, the round 1 isn't over if you were listening to the video, but this is what I believe. I think things have changed a little bit from the last one I made of this, but this is what the Timberwolves are nasty. I kind of think that they're going to win the finals. I'm scared as a Boston fan. Maybe I'm being too low on the 2 teams in finals pretenders. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to be the NBA finals champion? What's your finals matchup? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Can't wait to read them. I read each and every single one of your comments, whether it's on a short or a video, so please let me know what you think. And let me know what you think of the new profile picture, man. I spent a while doing that in the banner, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.